Larry Boress, President, Midwest Business Group on Health. Well, you know, I think there are probably the top 10 concerns that we find when we survey employers about private health insurance exchanges and what would concern them about being part of this new kind of benefit strategy. The immaturity of the exchange is really key. How long has it been there? Will it continue to be there in the future? What's kind of stability over cost? You can't get multi-year contracts either from the plans or the exchange, so you don't know year to year whether your costs are going to be up. And if the costs go up, are you just going to exit the exchange? And that's another concern. What about exiting? What happens if you've gone from self-insured to fully insured and all of a sudden it doesn't work and it's too expensive? What kind of entanglements do you have? How difficult it is to get back? What kind of track record does the exchange have? What about its services, support for employees and things like that? Are employees ready to go online by themselves and select among multiple choices and multiple plans without having someone really help them through that? Inconsistency between the different health plans. What we're finding is if you've got a strategy across all your population and now they're going to different plans and they have different wellness strategies and approaches, depending upon which plan the employee goes to, it'll be totally different. And you won't have that constant approach. What do you do about your premium, or I should say your incentive strategies? If your incentives are tied to premium reduction, and now you're not paying premium because people are in an exchange, what do you tie your incentive to? How do you go about doing that? What about regulatory? The ACA didn't cover private exchanges at all, never even envisioned them. But as we see, perhaps in 5-10 years, 30-40 million people being covered, the state insurance commissioners, the federal government are going to start looking to regulate exchanges. What impact is that going to have? The overall fees, the ACA fees, the state fees, everything could be going up if you get in an exchange in the future, and who knows what those costs are going to be. Being able to understand what kind of flexibility you're going to have. Many employers still have an approach where they want to be able to customize things in a certain way. You've got to be able to say, no, I don't care, and I'm going to do it that way. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. Or you have to decide, yes, that's important to me. I don't want to do it. So those are the kind of things that employers are concerned about before they even talk about getting into a private exchange. I think there's a core set of questions the employer needs to ask when it's looking at different exchanges. And we know that there's over 30 of them right now, and there could be close to 100 in the next year or so. So the things that I would ask an exchange about is, number one, you know, what are the products? What are you offering? Is it just medical plans? Is it drug plans? Is it dental? Is it pet insurance? Is it life insurance? As an employer, you get to choose often what plans are offered. But in some of the exchanges, you have to buy everything on the exchange, or you have to offer them. So you want to find out, what does that storefront look like? What products are going to be available? Second thing is, what kind of flexibility do I have? Can I customize the design in a certain way? Can I say I only want a certain number of plans? Can I say I wanted the certain co-pays on the plans, or not? I have to decide what's important to me as a business. Do I really want to have a role and say so in that, or do I want to let plan design be totally taken by the plan and the exchange? How sustainable is this solution over time? We've talked all kinds every year about silver bullets being a way to reduce our costs. Is the private exchange the only way to go? Well, no, it's not. It's one element, and maybe it's only this year's strategy and approach, and we always have to look at other kinds of things. You want to find out, is this the right choice for my employees, depending on my culture? Are they comfortable going online? Are they comfortable not having anyone assist them? Or alternatively, do I want to find a place that will guide my people through the system, through the approach? Not only do they have health literacy, do they have benefits literacy? Do they know what coinsurance means and out-of-pocket cost and deductible? How much difficulty are they going to have if I let them go? And finally, what's the role of HR? Let's say I offload and outsource all of this to an exchange. Now what does HR do? Well, HR really still has the responsibility for wellness programs, preventive care, productivity issues, but it's important to talk to the exchange, find out how they're going to support what you're doing. Are you going to get the data back? Do you know what's going to happen to your population? Or again, are you just outsourcing all this and you won't know what's going on? So it's important to ask these kinds of questions.